Likutei Halachot Ilchos Bircot Hashachar, the blessing of the dawn. Halacha Hey. We're holding Basif Yud Zayin, number 17. This was the night before the 14th day. Now it was the night of the 14th day. But give it a chametz la'oranir. That's the time when you check for chametz, for leavened substance, to the light of a candle. This is also the siman for the Seder of Pesach, the order of Pesach. You start with Kaddish and you end with Nirtzah. And the principle, the governing principle here is כי אף על פי שמבואר בתורה שיש פדיון פרוטי של המתיק הדין מאיזה בית דין מעשר ארבעת בתי דינים, even though that the Torah says that there is a specific redemption that sweetens and neutralizes a judgment from each one of the 24 spiritual courthouses, and ויש פדיון הכולל שמתיק כל הדינים שבעולם שבכל 24 בתי דינים. And there's also a supernal redemption, that an all-inclusive redemption, that sweetens all the judgments in the world, which exist in all the 24 Batei Dinim. That's the master key that opens all the locks. That comes into being through this auspicious time, Es Rotzen, B'chinas Metzach HaRotzen. You know, as we called it, that's the forehead of favor, the forehead of will, of goodwill, of forgiveness. Even though all the redemptions, all the neutralizing of the judgments that exist anywhere, that's the main job of a Jewish man in this world, you know, in general and in particular. Like everybody knows, it's written in all the book of truth. They all come through this basic principle of the forehead, the kesser of Rotzain, of favor. It's the will of wills. That's the reason of all reasons. In other words, because if that particular Nekuda wouldn't be present, it doesn't matter how low a specific pidyon is. As we said yesterday, it doesn't matter if your platoon commander makes a decision, the smallest decision, you know, for Moshe Yitzchak to clean the latrines. It doesn't matter. There is in it a bechina of the Ratzon of the chief of staff. It trickles down all the way down to him. But what is he to say? Maybe he should go clean the latrines. Why? When he says, then Yitzchak has to go clean the latrins. Says who? Because in the authority of this small commander, there is a grain, a mashu of an authority of the chief of staff. Havdil, the same thing is over here. Whenever it is that you make any kind of neutralization of dinim, of judgments, any kind of amtaka, which is the main job of a yid in this world, there is in it, from the authority, from the amtaka of this pidyon ha'elyon, this supernal, you know, Rava the Rav, the will of wills, the ultimate, the cause of all causes, the ultimate favor, the Rotzon Pidyon ha'elyon. Because if that particular aspect wouldn't shine at each time, the world could not possibly exist the world could not possibly sustain the din from the lower metzach, the metzach of Zeranpin, the one that calls for the will for governing, the will for judgment, the will for imposing the will of, the Hotzah Lapa'al, that kind of, the expression of that particular will. The difference between them הוא שתמיד מהי מצח הרצון במיץ חטאתו, really the supernal metzach, the one of favor, the one of chesed, really shines in the lower metzach, the one of din, but in a covert way, in a very hidden way. בהלם גודל, צמצום גודל מאוד, in ממש, ממש cannot be seen. ומי שיודע לעשות פדיון כראוי, and somebody who knows how to make a pidyon properly, ממשיך האור משם למטה, he brings down the illumination from there, בהסגלוס יסר, with greater revelation, עד שמבטל איזה דין שבאיזה בית דין מה-24 בתי דינים. The very fact alone that there is a particular redemption of a particular judgment in one of the 24 heavenly courts. Why doesn't the opinion sweeten all the dinim in all the courts? Because it's limited. It only fits this one, right? Each one of 24 only fits that judgment. But why? Since it's already Amtoka, there's already a sweetening, which denotes that there is in it that capacity, that precious rachamim, that sweetens the dinner. How come he doesn't sweeten all the dinner? The answer is because it's constricted, because it's limited. In other words, it's not the big, this galus of the big Rav the Rabbit. But that means, the fact that it's constricted means that the big kahuna, the big redemption, the Rav the Ravi, has gone through a process of constriction, of restriction. Now it only solves this, only solves this, only solves this. It doesn't solve all of them. Why? I mean, it's like saying that water, okay, it comes from the lake, and there's as much water as you want. It's the same water that comes through the faucet. So how come over here it comes only just, like a trickle? In the lake, it's like all the water in the world. How? Same water? And it says, yeah, over there, it's like galus of the whole lake. But the water, enachinami, the water is always the same water. The chesed is always the same chesed. The thing that enables any judgment to be neutralized is always that miraculous stuff called rachamim and rotzeh. It all comes from the lake, from the source. But in the faucet, it already went through a series of constrictions of pipes and this and that and relay stations until it came down to the faucet. It comes to teach you that but what is the thing that enables it to constrict it? What is that thing that constricts it? The answer is the lower metzach, the one of the dinim, the Hotzah Lapa'al that we called it. Yeah. The enforcement, whatever it is. This is where the dinim are. So this is where the flow from the lake comes to, and it constricts it, because this is where constriction happens.
That's what the din is?
It constricts it. And when you are actually making a pidyon, a specific pidyon on something, is because you took some water from the pipe, you took some rotzing, some favor from the lower metzach through the faucet. It's not the whole lake. If it's the whole lake, well, that it waters everything, it sweetens everything. But when somebody knows how to make a pidyon, he's taking actually the chesed from the lower metzach. From the lower metzach, he's taking the substance, which is the upper metzach.
Yeah.
As it went through the lower, it takes it from the lower metzach. Otherwise, I'm talking would sweeten everything, would cancel all the dinim. You see, it only cancels this, which is it's a more limited, it's a constricted chesed. This is taken from the lower metzach. It says, see, what?
Why does it have to be from the lower metzach? Why can't it be from the chesed taken from the upper metzach?
Because you're not zeicher to it. There's only one generation who can do it.
It's only one. It's like it needs to be tzimtzum.
That's what is available. Alavai should you go to the. But when somebody knows how to make a pidyon, he has to take it. Where does he take it from? They cannot get to the upper metzach.
No.
Alavai, you could get to the upper. You can't. So you get it from where you can. It goes through the lower metzach because the lower metzach, there is a ha'or of the upper metzach in it, but it's like totally, and from there you can take and be mamtik a specific din. This is what he's saying. And somebody that knows how to make a redemption properly, he brings down illumination from there downwards. So in other words, he makes a greater revelation until he's able to neutralize a judgment in one of the courthouses, or 24. And what if that particular person who is making the pidyon has a greater koyach? Then he is able to neutralize the din from a few spiritual courthouses, according to the koyach of his pidyon. The kind of illumination that he brings down from the metzach harotzim. וכולי, על די השמוס והייחודים והכוונוס השייכים לזה. According to all the holy names and the yichudim, the unifications, the kavonos, all the intentions, השייכים, they belong to this. וכפי koicha b'masim toyim, שזה aiken, and according to how much koich he has with good deeds, which is the main thing. וכפי הסגברו סוי בתפילו ובתחנונים שזה עלה על הכל. And as much as he davens and he begs with tefillah and supplication, with davening supplication, which is the most important of them all. In other words, he needs to know how to make the yichudim, the shemus, all the Kabbalah, machinations that are involved in that. He has to be the schos of his good deeds. And more than anything else, he has to daven. He has to daven, that I think it's the Kloisenberg ever said. He says the only one who can make, I don't recall the exact words, so if I'm mistaken, Shem Tov Echaper, I think he says that the only way that anybody can do a pidyon, that any rabbi can do a pidyon, is if he is willing to take upon himself the suffering that the other one has. If he is willing to exchange places with him, then he has the courage to do a pidyon. not enough that he says, he's the Rebbe, give him pity and boom. It doesn't work that way, apparently. I'm not sure that this is what he said, but if I recall correctly, this is what was said. וגם יש חילוק בין הזמנים, so it depends when. כי גם בחול, also in Yom Chol, על ידי תפילת ישראל, when Am Yisrael is davening, נמשך איזה אור במצח הרוצן, comes down some kind of illumination from the forehead of the Ratzon למצח התחתון. It brings about a certain kind of a spurt of chasodim, of rachamim, from the supernal metzach to the lower metzach. Everything according to the koach of the tefillah. Aval b'Shabbos v'yomim tovim, but on Shabbos and holidays, v'ikya b'Shabbos v'mincha, mainly b'Shabbos v'mincha, datika kadisho gole rotzen delay. Then datika kadisho, that's the kesser, that's the real McCoy. That's the metzach harotzon is revealing its own will, its own rotzon, its own volition. And then the metzach harotzon is being revealed with tremendous illumination. Then all the worlds, all the universes, and all the neshamas of Am Yisrael, they go up there. And then there is an exposure, there's a revelation of the will of wills, the cause of all causes. The ultimate rachamim and pardon and mercy that is revealed. The Beis Talek, Moshe v'Yosef v'David. This is the portal through which Moshe Rabbeinu left this world, Yosef HaTzadik left this world, David HaMelech left this world. V'kol ze i'efshar levar, and all this is impossible to explain. And a little bit from this, somebody is, as a seichel, will understand from himself. That's why it is imperative that you should know. Should know that all the redemptions and all the deliverances and all the whatever it is that the Geula that you get, the Klal Yisrael and you personally, what you need, with your kids and your parnasa and with everything. Each one is everything comes about through the amtoka of the dinim, the neutralization and the sweetening of the dinim. This goes through the pidyonos that tzaddikim do, the redemptions that tzaddikim effect. That they are busy and they toil hard and they work hard for us, to sweeten and to avert all the judgments from us. And to redeem us from all our trials and tribulations, all the problems, in any given moment, in general and in particular. But there is a big difference. The tzaddik does it for everybody, but there's a big difference between those who come close to the tzaddik and those who don't. Because you can, how much more so? Somebody who disputes the tzaddik, even though the tzaddik emes, betuva godol, with his great kindness, mispal aleim gamkin, he doesn't for them also. Umamtik dinim aleim lifdoisem, and he ameliorates and he sweetens judgments from them as well, in order to redeem them. וכמו שאמר דוד המלך עליו השעון, דוד המלך said so, ואני בחלוסם לבושי שק, ותפילו של חיקי תושו. He says, when they're already dividing my clothes, they're already saying, okay, I'm taking his coat and I'm taking his shoes, it's like, we're going to finish him off. He says, תפילתי אל חיקי תושו, but I still down for them. אבל החילוק שבין המסכמים והחולקים, but the difference between those that come close to the tzaddik and those that dispute him, יכול כל אחד להבין אליו. Binyamin, we are recording, so if you can keep the stereo at a minimum. Yeah.
It's static at the hair.
The static, yeah. אבל חילוק בין המזכר ויכול כל אחד להבין מאליו. Everyone can understand on his own. על זה צעק הנביא, this is what the prophet was screaming, was crying. ואנוכי אפדם, and I shall ransom them, I shall redeem them. והם דיברו עלי כסבים, and they speak lies of me. Yes. In the time that I am busy in working hard to redeem them, to ransom them, to free them through the pidyon, they are talking, spreading lies on me. Through this, they push away the redemption. The main reason why the Geula is not coming is through the machloikes and the disputes that exist between Medech HaChomim in the entire world, as Chazal said. It's a shame. We will stop here and continue tomorrow. If you can please do the honors.